OK, I'll have the front pages of the papers for you as soon as Charlotte gives you a rundown of what else is happening. Morning.
Thanks, Simon. Well, police investigating the disappearance of the estate agent Susie Lamplugh are expected to begin a new search today. The 25-year-old disappeared 24 years ago after going to meet a client known only as Mr. Kipper. The search will take place on a site police have investigated before after a tip-off from a new witness. Kitty Logan has this report.
Susie.
Now, are you bored with your job in Britain? The South Australia government's launched a new campaign to offer working holidays to Brits bored with their jobs here. Their research suggests that 60% of 18 to 30-year-olds in the UK are sick of their jobs. So how about changing all that to become, say, a shark tagger or perhaps a shark personality profiler? Well, these are just a sample of the 10,000 vacancies being offered at the moment in South Australia. They also need whale watchers and, believe it or not, beach babe judges too. It's all part of their working holiday visa programme, which they say offers the ultimate in work-life balance. Those who want to stay on dry land might like the option of being a koala catcher. To apply for a holiday visa in South Australia, you have to be 18 to 30, a British citizen, and also have a spirit of adventure.
Your views, news@sky.com. Gareth Morgan's views on the newspapers, including why we should all go and live in space and be careful of food allergies, after this from Charlotte.
Thanks, Eamon. A series of economic indicators are raising fears that the economy's growing weaker. New figures show house prices falling for the first time in almost a year, and high street sales have slowed to their lowest level for months. A poll of property surveyors has found that 28%. And the veteran rocker Alice Cooper has judged a talent show with a difference. It's in the bowels of the London dungeon, and the acts included several men who hammered nails up their noses and a number of performers using broken glass, needles and fake blood. Well, he had to pick out 4 acts to join him at his Halloween gigs in London later this year. Among the winners was ballet dancer Saiban, who pierced her cheeks with roses and stuck feathers with pins into her arms. Perhaps I should just say at this point, please don't try any of those at home. They really look quite revolting, actually.
I'm meeting him today and some of these tricks. Now, is that not just self-mutilation, really?
No, that's just bizarre.
That's awful. Oh dear, dear.
A human pincushion.
He's a very conventional guy. Have you ever met him?
He plays golf.
Yeah,
he does all kinds of sensible,
very sensible things. Here's the very sensible Gareth Morgan. He is the editor of the Daily Star Sunday. Very good to see you, Gareth. And we're starting with food allergies, wrongly diagnosed. This is in the Telegraph.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting one because I think most of us know kids who've got food allergies, but it turns out that according to NICE, the 1 in 5 of them, it's only 1 in 5 who actually think they have a food allergy actually do have one. So I mean, a lot of misdiagnosis going on from doctors there.
Yeah. So this is the agency for clinical excellence, and they're monitoring this. And so what is the potential downside of all of this?
Well, I think there's a lot of money being wasted by the NHS in people being passed on to hospitals who don't actually need treatment, and the ones who genuinely do, obviously, it's stretching resources there to the limit.
Yeah, but everybody likes to think they have an allergy to something, don't they? And that's why they behave. Or
early mornings for me.
Yes. OK, if you've got an allergy, let us know. Then we've got this lad who eats up all his carrots, but not the carrots you may expect.
Well, this is one lad who certainly hasn't got an allergy. This is young Rocco Trapasso Emina, whose mum thought she'd lost her 22-carat gold bracelet, but it turns out the young lad had swallowed it. And,
dear.
In great newspaper style, we've got the X-ray pictures, which all editors love. You know, you've got to have an X-ray picture in there.
Did they go into any detail how they got it out again?
Well, they just waited 36 hours. And it turned up in his nappy. I mean, I think this lad seems to have form for it because he's eaten screws, nails, and even bits of plasterboard. So he's got a tough little stomach, that boy.
Would you really want to wear that again? That's the thing.
What, the nappy?
No, the bracelet. You'd be thinking every time, I know where that's been.
That's true. You would.
It's got a story attached to it.
Did you ever do anything like that when you were a kid?
I did eat African violet leaf, actually. I think children just eat really random things. I had to be taken to hospital. My parents were very concerned it might have been poisonous.
Is it bad for you, African violet?
Well, it hasn't done me. I'd like to think it hasn't done me much harm, but I think
explains a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking, he's saying that the human race must spread to other planets to survive, and we've got this story. This is in the Daily Star. The consequences would be what if we don't?
Well, we're doomed. We're doomed if we don't reach out to space and go and live on other planets. He says we've just got, you know, in the next 100 or 200 years, it could all be over unless we actually get on board the spaceships and go and find somewhere else to live, which is just very gloomy news from.
Yeah, but it seems sensible to me. I mean, as the world becomes more and more overpopulated, but it does seem
I suppose,
sensible.
yeah. I mean, he does tend to talk a lot of sense. I think here, actually, maybe this is a little bit like those stories on Tomorrow's World from when you were kids, saying we're all going to be living on the moon and eating a pill for breakfast, dinner, and tea. But he's caused a bit of a storm with this. He certainly has. He's saying that the human race can't be trusted to look after the Earth. So,
and who's going to argue? Who's going to argue against that?
Well, exactly. No,
I can think of some people I'd like to send out into space.
News@sky.com, at Eamon Holmes, at Sky Charlotte, with your list of nominations who you would like to send out to space. Congratulations to Rod Stewart and Penny Lancaster.
Well, that's right. Fantastic news. Someone who may be around when we all head into space, because Rod just seems to keep going. He's going to be a dad at 66. Child number 8 is on the way. Absolutely chuffed for him. You know, a lovely fella, and they seem a lovely couple, don't they?
They seem to be very, very happy, and well, he's got his work cut out for him at 65. He wants to be.
Well, apparently Charlie Chaplin managed to father kids up to 77, so there's a few years left in Rod just yet.
Yeah, okay. Now, this film, The Expendables, had its premiere in London last night, and we're going to be previewing it very shortly. And here you've got Sylvester Stallone with some sort of prop to publicise it.
That's no prop, that's a grenade launcher. He's out with the real heroes. We've got nothing to fear in Afghanistan, because you know, another OAP hero, Sly Stallone, is out talking to our boys there, and it's an incredible film. It's a brilliant roller coaster action film, and it's got.
You've seen it?
Yes, and all the team are there.
Would Charlotte like it?
I think Charlotte would love it.
Do you think? Well, we weren't quite sure. We saw the trailer yesterday, didn't we?
You wouldn't. I can honestly say to you, I haven't seen it, but I just know you wouldn't.
Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, and there they are with the real heroes from Afghanistan, which is a lovely touch. You know.
Gareth, thanks very much indeed. Gareth will be back in an hour's time with more from Paul Hardman Harrison, as we like to
But he's
call
so
him.
not, is it?
In
He
these
just
parts.
so isn't.
Well, I wouldn't pick a fight with him.
I
Not now.
definitely would.
Not now he's got Sylvester Stallone as a friend.
He's twice the size of Sylvester, so he is.
Yeah,
right.
He is weedy.
Okay, so they called the Expendables there. Martin O'Neill, he said that Villa is expendable to him.
Well, I don't think he's expendable to them anyway. We're going to find out, because his frustration at not being guaranteed the funds he required to take Villa to the next level is understood to be his main reason for resigning.
Lovely. Good day for a dipper, is it not? Isabel will now tell us.
You don't need to go for a dip. I mean, it's raining now. It's horrible. I know, as Jackie said, it's rubbish. It's so annoying. You know, I hate this sort of weather when you're on holiday. We've got wet weather to the north, wet weather to the south.
Or you could emigrate to Australia, which is what they're trying to do, and to lure people. They're offering all sorts of jobs, Charlotte.
Yeah, they're trying to tempt people over, and quite a few people sound quite interested in it, particularly in one job. John Tennant says, put me first in line for the beer tasting. Playing tags with sharks, so doesn't appeal, he says. Isaac says, beer taster, you get paid. Where do I sign? Steve McGee says, wouldn't it be funny if they merged the beer taster with the koala catcher? Imagine a drunk person trying to catch a koala.
And so these are jobs. These are
genuine jobs available in South Australia.
Yeah, beer taster or koala catcher.
Or shark tagger.
Shark tagger.
You should take that one.
It's just very difficult to say at this time of the morning. We're back after this. Don't go away. Front pages of the newspapers coming your way after Charlotte with a rundown of what else is happening on this Tuesday morning.
Thank you, Eamon. A series of figures out today are raising fears the economy is growing weaker. New figures show house prices falling for the first time in almost a year, and high street sales have slowed to their lowest level for months. A poll of property surveyors has found... And finally, the authorities in Australia are trying to tempt British workers to leave the UK and take up a job As a beer taster, that's a tough one. The government of South Australia is also offering Brits the chance to work as a koala catcher, a shark tagger, or even a shark personality profiler. It's part of a drive to tempt 18 to 30-year-olds down under by promising adventure and what they call the ultimate work-life balance. Applicants just need to fly to South Australia on a working holiday visa to apply.
Isn't it interesting what Australia tempt people with? I mean, they want people to go there. We don't want anybody else to come here. There's complete outcry. So, and everybody...
I feel sorry for the Australians who've probably been really looking forward to the chance of applying for a beer tasting job, only to be told that actually we're trying to tempt a whole load of other people over for that one.
A shark personality profiler.
Yeah.
Would there be such a thing as a cuddly shark? No, probably not.
Maybe a depressed shark.
No. OK, Charlotte, thank you very much indeed. Let's talk about this now.